I recently did a show where I talked about the total destruction of Tulsa's Black Wall Street community at the hands of neighboring whites on Memorial Day 1921. The once self sufficient and prosperous community in the Greenwood District in Tulsa was totally demolished after bombs were dropped from airplanes onto black homes and businesses. The shock that comes from hearing about the deaths and the destruction was made worse when you realize how much deception and cover up was done afterwards, with no white person in the community being charged with any crimes. Now, I just wanted to share with you, I did that story, but I also want you to know that Black Wall Street was not the only case of this happening. This happened all across America. And I want to share with you at least a couple examples of what I'm saying. I began with Ocoee, Florida, and that was in 1920. There was a white mob that had attacked the black community there because members of the black community was trying to stand up for their rights to vote. One of the gentlemen went to a judge. The judge denied him. The word got around, and the white community started attacking black people. They ended up killing and lynching a man by the name of July Perry. And in that area, that is a plaque that stands in honor and in retrospect about what happened in that city at that time. So that is a known case as well. A city as big as Detroit, Michigan also has to deal with it. In 1943, there was a race riot of 25 black people and 9 white people who were killed and hundreds more who were severely injured. The riot involved widespread looting, arson, and street fighting, and it really devastated the city's black community. There was a major case that happened in 1873, and this is in Colfax, Louisiana. And it is said to be one of the most violent massacres to ever take place in the United States. So on April 1873, black people had assembled to the town courthouse. Approximately 150 men and women were murdered. They were trying their best to freely assemble and stand up for their rights. And the exact numbers of those deaths is unknown because so many black people were killed. So many black bodies were thrown into the Red River. So there was not an actual count, but they know that it was well over 150 people. Also, a case that happened in Elaine, Arkansas in 1919. The Encyclopedia of Arkansas calls the Elaine massacre by far the deadliest confrontation in Arkansas history and possibly the bloodiest racial conflict in the history of the United States. Blacks outnumbered whites 10 to 1, and they were demanding economic justice as many of them were being forced into sharecropping. A union was created to protect the black sharecroppers' rights. In September of 1919, there was a union meeting among black workers, and whites showed up to riot. The white people in the community saw that the black people becoming a union, they looked at that as a black insurrection, and they reacted with violence. Hundreds of white men attacked the black citizens, and many fought back, as a lot of these black men were war veterans as well. There were reports of over 200 black people, including children, that were killed. Many who were not killed were arrested and tortured And while in custody, they were forced to confess to insurrection, with 12 men receiving a death penalty. They eventually became known as the Elaine 12. With the help of the NAACP, their case went to the United States Supreme Court in 1923, and they were exonerated. This was one of the first cases that was known that the NAACP had won a case in front of the Supreme Court. Rosewood, Florida is maybe another popular one. It was similar to the massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921. The black community was burnt to the ground after a white woman by the name of Fannie Taylor claimed that she was assaulted by a black man on January the 1st, 1923. The first person that was killed was named Sam Carter. He was a local blacksmith. He was tortured, and his mutilated body was hung from a tree. There are reports that up to 150 black people were killed in Rosewood, and after Rosewood was destroyed, a grand jury and a special prosecutor decided that there was not enough evidence to find any charges against any white person. And basically, these people killed innocent people, but they got away with murder. Eventually, in 1997, director John Singleton created a movie about Rosewood, and that movie starred Ving Rhames. There was also a city that was called Oscarville, that's in Georgia. The white community decided that Oscarville was needed to be taken over. Eventually, they assaulted, killed, and ran the black community away. The Oscarville community was flooded to become a waterway so huge that the three states of Georgia, Alabama, and Louisiana are sharing the rights to that water, and they fighting over it, as a matter of fact. Oscarville is also what had turned in what is called in the Atlanta area as Lake Lanier. And the people in the community say that those waters are haunted, and the drownings that happen in that lake are said to be from the angry black souls that were murdered and overtaken. So that's Oscarville. Then also in New York City, there was a town that was called Seneca Village, and New York decided to take that over from that black community, and this ended up being part of what New Yorkers know as Central Park. This was done in 1857, taken by force, by threat, by beatings, by killings, and it was always the situation where the black community was the one who got their property taken, land taken, no reimbursements and such. There's going to be so many more of these if you research it. I just wanted you to know that Tulsa is a story we have heard of. Rosewood is a movie that we've heard of, but there are countless numbers of black communities and black people who have lost their lives because of either jealousy over the economics of their success or greediness in the form of we want their land, but we don't want to pay for it. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out for now. I hope that you find this intriguing, and hit me in the comments